Morning, everyone. My name is Vikrant Joshi, Director of Education, backed by more than 20 years of experience. 10 years in training students for various competitive exams and about 12 years in the corporate world. Work with various brands like Factor, Star TV, Reliance, Aditya Birla, Mumbai Metro. But realized my passion was with students. So here I am guiding students, training students for various competitive careers. As far as my qualification is concerned, I did my BCom from Bombay University, and further I did my MBA from MICA, Mudra Institute of Communication, Ahmedabad. Also did my MA in Global Communication from Anglia Ruskin University, Cambridge. So this experience gives me some authority to talk about management as a career. Today we'll talk about IPM, BBA, hotel management, all under management as a broader umbrella, and we try to understand more about these careers. But these are familiar careers. We have heard of them. Yeah, IPM. IPM is a new option that that has been provided by a lot of management institutes, integrated program in management. Let's have a look at. All right. So basically, let's understand why BBA as a career. Because an integrated program will essentially have stages. There will be a BBA, a 3-year program followed by a 2-year master's degree. So the 3+2 kind of a program. But yeah, the foundation of that will be a BBA program, which the name of the BBA program can differ from university to university. Some call it BBA, some call it BBS, Bachelor of Business Studies. Mumbai University calls it Bachelor of Management Studies. The curriculum, the objective remains same. So let's understand it's not a general degree. It's a professional degree. It's training you for the corporate world. That degree is enough to get you job in the corporate world. Typically we realize that our qualifications, like traditional qualifications, don't fetch us job. There's always a need to do some value addition. Even an MBBS is not just enough to kind of fetch a job. Leave alone a BA, BCom or a BSc, with no offense to those degrees. Even a BE is just not enough. So this degree is enough if it is done from a good college. I think there is a rider, there's a condition that it has to be from a good college. Because we'll do this program only once in our life, and it has to be from a good college. We cannot afford to compromise with the quality of the institution, because if we start compromising, we'll end up in compromise always, isn't it? We start with a bachelor's degree, compromise, then compromise with a job, and compromise with career later, right? So the teaching methodology is not a typical lecturing model that we have witnessed. We have been a party to a lecturing model, where teacher comes, does all the hard work, and the students are on the other side. Mostly it's a monologue, typically, because we have been a part of that education system. Here it's not going to be that way. Here the teaching methodology will involve case studies, presentations, group projects, guest lectures. So a lot of involvement by students. Trust me, many a times faculty will not have any role to play in the class. Faculty might just give you the topic, give you a pre-reading material, come and read and discuss. Faculty will just sit and observe. So a lot depends on students' participation. Is how much can we take from the program? Everybody will pass. Passing is not an issue. Passing is not a challenge. But if passing up no objective nahi hai. Our objective is what are we going to get from the program? You might have read the recent headlines that IIM Indore IPM placement was to the tune of 1.14 CR. Huge money, astronomical figure, isn't it? 1.14 CR. IIM Sambalpur, a relatively newer IIM. I am Sambalpur, a student got a package of 64 lakh rupees, a management student. The point I'm trying to make is there is no correlation as to only the top IIM gets the best placement. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. IIM is a brand in itself. They have been able to protect that brand, that identity, that quality, because they control the intake. The quality of the intake is controlled. Just like IITs have earned that respect for the best engineering colleges now world over. Similarly, IIMs have earned that kind of respect. I think in law there are NLUs. Yeah. Anyway, I won't talk about NLUs now, but just to give an analogy. Then industry interface, because there is a lot of practical learning that we will have. Very less of bookish studies. Whatever we study, we won't theoretically study marketing. We will understand what it is like in the real world. Why certain campaigns fail, because the latest studies will be discussed. Real life campaigns will be discussed. If there's a media plan, then it will be a real life media plan that you will be preparing, considering that you're launching a brand. So tremendous learning will be there because that could be applied in the corporate world. Okay. Early management orientation, it trains you to become a manager. We all want to be manager. We all want to lead. We all want to grow. We all want higher salaries. Yes, we all are ambitious. We want, as human, we are that way. Whatever are your ambitions, there is a path through this qualification. Tomorrow, if you want to lead an NGO, you still need management skills. If you talk about leading organizations like Tata Trust, it's just so much of philanthropic work. Don't you think there are no management graduates working there? There are many. There are many management graduates from leading institutions, not only from India, but from all over the world. So yes, I think people often argue that what will happen now when everybody starts doing an MBA? Kya hoga? I think the rule of survival of the fittest will apply, isn't it? What is the survival of the fittest? वो rule है ना कि powerful MBA will lead not so powerful MBAs. वैसा ही रहने वाला है. सभी MBA करेंगे, सभी को जरूरत पड़ेगी तो fine, so what? Yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead. Sorry. And the subjects covered are marketing, finance, operations, and BBA. The best part is it covers 70% of MBA already. So after 70% MBA, आप system में why MBA? इसके बाद 70% क्या? So उसके बाद obviously then you look for a quality management program or apply your skills. There are different career paths. BBA करने के बाद mediocre MBA कोई मतलब नहीं है. It's going to be a suicidal affair. Let's not do an MBA just for the sake of it. Yeah. Let's go ahead a bit. So yes, to recap, why management at UG level after +2 level, it gives you a solid grounding in management. Yeah, a solid foundation for management. Organizations need trained manpower. I think yes, whatever you do, trained manpower की जरूरत लगेगी. We are talking about India. India has having most number of young population. Then we constantly debate about whether it's a demographic dividend or a demographic disaster, right? So that's the whole point, that demographic dividend पाने के लिए उनको skill देने पड़ेंगे. India में often there is another debate about employability. Employable नहीं है, graduates बोलते हैं, उनको upskilling करना पड़ रहा है constantly. ये ready-made skills दे रहा है, इसकी salaries मिल रही है. आप पूछ रहे हो कि why such high pay packages? Because it's a trained, skilled manpower ready है business में implement करने के लिए. Yeah. Allows picking up an alternate specialization at MBA level. MBA में जाके आपको करना है, whether you want to focus in marketing, finance, HR, whatever you want to do, you'll be able to do that. At least 3 साल में उतना understanding अपने पास आ जाता है. I'm cut out for a marketing career. No, I'm not a finance person. No, I want to get into IT, whatever. Okay, what are the career prospects after BBA? Yes, you become job ready. Yeah, entry level professional. You start with a management trainee job typically, and then you sorry. Yeah, entry level jobs in banking, accounting, marketing. I think entry level jobs की quantity बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. Yeah, they are like recruited in huge numbers. तो वहां पे MBAs काम आते हैं. If you want, if you are an entrepreneur, yes, आप business कर सकते हो. Entrepreneurship is an option available. Business family के हो, if you want to take your business to the next level, MBA वहां पे भी काम आएगा. ये वहां पे भी काम आएगा. Not that अरे हम business family के हैं, हमको क्या जरूरत है. But we often take example of Dhirubhai Ambani, who wasn't so educated, and then he had to send his sons to US, to Stanford and Kellogg, the big business schools. And now we know what happens to the Reliance Group. Yes or no? Kumar Birla is a pass out of London Business School. He's handling Aditya Birla Empire. So management qualification की जरूरत तो पड़ेगी. It all depends आपके ambitions क्या है, आपको business कौन से level पे ले जाना है. And एक बार BBA होने के बाद then your hunger grows. Yeah, you want to get into the best colleges, IIMs, MDR, FMS. There are close to 5,000 management colleges in the country. 5,000. So graduation के बाद MBA में seat पाना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Easily you can walk into a college, fill in the form and get admission. बिना entrance test, बिना interview, nothing. Now tell me whether उसके returns, what will be the ROI program? Nothing at all, because there is no competition, there is no filtration process. ऐसा सीट मिला है तो उसका रिटर्न्स क्या आएगा? इंटरेस्टेड नहीं होंगे प्रोग्राम में, वेरी इंटरेस्टेड के लिए. So I think we all admit, sitting here, we all admit that the seat that we will receive is through a filtration process. It's through a competitive procedure like an aptitude test followed by interview, GD, whatever. उसके through अपने को entry चाहिए. Then we know every batchmate of yours is really worthy enough. They have earned that seat. They have earned that seat. They have not just come there because seat खाली थी तो आके बैठ के. आप कैसे नहीं बोलोगे कि आपको admission मिल जाएगा? Willing to give funding. Okay. Okay. Now, how to get into a good BBA program? Yeah, let's talk about the steps for that. Now, typically, every institute will employ an aptitude test at the initial level and followed by a group discussion or an interview or a presentation. So there's an aptitude round, there's a personality round. Once a student clears these two rounds, he's able to get into that program. Yeah. What are the pathways available for a BBA or an IPM program? Now, typically, there are integrated programs which are like a BBA plus an MBA 3+2 kind of an option. So there are 20 IIMs in this country. Out of them, 5 IIMs have started offering an integrated program. IIM Nagpur has also announced a program, but we are yet to see more details about it. They have not mentioned. They have tied up with an organization called as HCL, and they want to give a BBA plus MBA program, and all the students will be sponsored by HCL and they will be absorbed by HCL. But details are not yet available. So we are yet to see what's going to happen. Leading management institutes, IIMs offering an integrated. Then there is a 3-year degree program by some of the reputed institutions. We will have a look at each of them. Okay, IIM Indore, the 1.14 crore package that we spoke of was offered at IIM Indore, and that was also offered to an IPM student. And IIM Indore offers an integrated program. I would request Rishi sir to just talk a bit about the exam. Then I will join you.
Good morning, everyone. So we all talk about packages and all. So we all need to understand one important point is entering into those colleges require a proper process. So obviously, because there are a number of applications are coming across the country, you can say for IIM Indore, roughly 180 seats are there. 180 is approximately I'm talking about because they are in an expansion phase. For a 180 seat, roughly more than 15-20,000 applications are coming. So obviously, it's a challenging task to enter into an IIM Indore or any specific IIM. But there is a specific pattern that they need to follow. They actually are following, and that pattern we need to understand. And basically, those pattern has certain points to be there. So I'll just give you the brief about. First of all, it is quietly visible the number of questions available. So IIM Indore is highly focusing on the quantitative section. So let me clear you one thing, that if you are good in quantitative, then you can actually score very, very well here in the IIM section. So in total, you can find, this is, I'm giving you the COVID pattern. Last 2 years, you can say last 3 years, in fact, from last 2-3 years, 20 IIM Indore, 21 IIM Indore, 22 IIM Indore have number of less number of questions, and the time is also quite 120 minutes. So if this pattern follows in the continuation also, so we can consider this is the last year pattern. So last year there were 15 questions on quantitative, 30 on quantitative MCQ. The difference I'll tell you, and the third is a verbal ability. The main problem in IIM Indore is there is no reasoning section. ये बच्चे बहुत complain करते हैं क्योंकि reasoning is considerably a very easy section, scoring section. बाकी जितने भी pattern हम discuss करेंगे, you will find a specific reasoning section. ठीक है? So IIM Indore, the difficulty level, obviously जितने भी आप exams देखेंगे, in fact all exams, BBA, CUET, other जितने भी exams है, सब में इसका difficulty level is a bit higher. But comparatively CAT, because ultimately the CAT is what for top IIMs or all IIMs. So CAT difficulty levels, it will be comparatively lesser. In fact, verbal ability section was the game changer. Last year, one of our students scored, there are 45 question and 4 marks for each. That means around 180. Our student has scored 140 marks out of 180 in verbal ability section. So it is considerably the easier section. Now let us try and understand the pattern first, and quantitative short answers and quantitative MCQ. The difference: short answers mean there's no options available. Generally, this is an MCQ based exam, but CAT has introduced 2015. There are exams. There are.
हो गया ना अभी तो ऑडियो.
Just a second. So CAT has introduced the short answer type question in 2015, and considering the same fact, IIM Indore has also introduced the short answer. In the short answer, there is no option available. You have to type it in the answer. So there is a keyboard available whenever you are appearing for an exam. Suppose आपका answer आया किसी question का 45, you need to type in 45. So there is no option. But the best part is there is no negative marking in this section. So this is one section. The other section is quantitative MCQ. So MCQ means again the options are available. You need to solve and then you come up with an answer. And the third section is verbal ability. So if you can see the most different thing which generally the rest of the process, the rest of the exams are not following, is the sectional cutoff area. IIM Indore and IIM Rohtak only have the sectional cutoff thing. What do you mean by the sectional cutoff? Sectional cutoff means you need to clear 2 types of cutoff. One is the section-wise cutoff, and the other will be the cutoff for overall. So, for an example, just I'm giving you a rough example. Last year, for a general category student, has to score, this is 120, 90 questions, 90 questions into 4, that means total paper is 360. Can you tell me roughly what would be the general cutoff out of 360? Any suggestions? Any approximate number? Anyone? Out of 360, how much is a comfortable score for a general student? It was roughly last year 150. 150 to 160, yes. So difficulty level is not, I'm telling you, it's not easy paper. So 150, 160 is also a good score. 150, 160 for general, that is, I'm talking about overall. But if suppose my student that last year student has scored more than 180, but she didn't get a call from IIM. Now why? Because she couldn't clear the cutoff of the short answers. So the problem here is, if you are scoring really well in overall, but you are not clearing the cutoffs also, then again you will not get a call. And suppose you are clearing both the cutoffs, but your percentage in 12th or 10th is not good, again you will not get a call. So that's the entire process. They are very strict about their process. That's why they are choosing the clean students. So that's what basically the difference. So short answer, the cutoff 15 question, the cutoff was only 20 marks, means 4 correct questions for a general category. For MCQ based, the cutoff was around 40 marks. 40 marks means 10 correct question out of 30. And for English, it was higher because it's a very easy paper for English comparison. So last year, the cutoff were around 60 to 70 marks. So that basically, if you can see, if you're scoring 70, if you're scoring here 40, if you're scoring here 20, but the summation is not coming up to 140, then again you will not get a call. So this is what the IIM Indore pattern is all about. So mathematical section is mainly dealing with most of the part was, you can say, covered in the 5 areas of sections. 5 section areas which comprises of arithmetic, 1, then algebra, then geometry mensuration, then the number system, and the last section will be modern maths. So these comprises of the quantitative section. The best part is arithmetic, which has been there since the childhood, when the students are like learning these arithmetic concept. So most of the questions were from based on arithmetic, like around 30 to 40% questions were from arithmetic in both the section. Rest of the section is being divided accordingly. So comparatively, CAT difficulty level is lower, but comparatively rest of the all exams, you can see it's a very, very difficult paper compared. A very difficult paper. So if difficult paper is there, then again, please try and understand scoring is not that possible. So it is considerably good. Why it is considerably good? Because getting a cutoff clear is easy compared to easy paper. So I'll show you. So I'll discuss about the IPMAT exam also. Why the problem when the paper was easy. So easy papers is rather better is the difficult paper, because you can select question and you can answer. I've not told you, you don't need to answer all the questions. 15 nahi karna hai. I need only 6 to 7 questions out of 15. Usme se bhi 4 agar sahi hai, I have cleared the cutoff. That's what basically the entire way of it. So Vikrant sir will take you through from the IIM Rohtak, right? Yeah. So this is again an important point where IIM Indore is why it is a very important exam, because you need to understand there are some more colleges which are taking the score of IIM. So we have list down tier 1 and tier 2 colleges. इसमें से सबसे crucial IIM Ranchi है apart from IIM Indore. IIM Ranchi is also taking a score of IIM Indore. So if you are filling of a perform, देखिए ये भी ध्यान रखिए, only filling IPMAT will not like give you a call from IIM Ranchi. For IIM Ranchi, you have to fill a separate form. For all the college, you have to fill a separate form. So that form cost you need to bear. That will be lying from 1,000 to 4,000 rupees. So anywhere between. So if you are confident that you are scoring really well in IIM ke mocks mein, then I would highly request that you should go for an IIM Ranchi, because IIM Ranchi is again equally very good. Sir has already given the example of IIM Sambalpur. Sambalpur, most of the लोगों को पता भी नहीं होगा कि कहाँ है. But वो IIM में भी 64 lakhs का पैकेज आपको अगर मिल रहा है, तो Ranchi is far ahead than, even better than IIM Nagpur. So that can be considered. Apart from IIM Ranchi, the other college is Institute of Management Nirma. Nirma is a very old university. Nirma is basically the washing powder वाला Nirma है ना, ये उन्हीं की university का है, उसी के बेसिस पे नाम है, काफी पॉपुलर है. ये यूनिवर्सिटी में ऑलमोस्ट एवरी टाइप ऑफ कोर्स आर अवेलेबल. तो अच्छे से रिकॉग्नाइज्ड है. यहाँ पर आपको सारे कोर्सेज मिल जाएंगे, मतलब राइट फ्रॉम दी बीकॉम बीबीए. इनका मैनेजमेंट काफी अच्छा डिवीजन, मैनेजमेंट के लिए काफी रिकॉग्नाइज्ड है. इसलिए वी आर रिकमेंडिंग, इफ यू आर चूजिंग दी program for integrated program, then you can try for a Nirma also. Then Nirma के अलावा you can say IFT. This is a tremendous brand. Actually IFT has Delhi में एक main branch है. Delhi is the core for IFT. IFT is popularly known for foreign trade. Those who wanted to make for education in foreign trade, mainly businesses में जिनको रहता है export imports में जाना, तो it's a best college across country you can consider. Now IFT has opened up a branch in Kolkata and IFT has opened up a branch in Andhra Pradesh also. So अभी तक Delhi में तो I'm sure they cannot start, because an integrated program is only possible when it's a residential. For residential you need a huge campus. So in Delhi I'm sure they will not be able to start. but Kolkata maybe they'll start, but they have opened up a separate campus in Andhra Pradesh, a lush green campus, बढ़िया campus है in Kakinada. Kakinada is a place, so there you can go ahead. Only problem is this is the second year. Last year they started, but it's a brand. As I told you, कभी तो IIM इंदौर ने भी पहली बार start किया था, तो अभी वैसे ही बात है कि IFT के लिए भी एक बड़ा brand है, तो then you can again think about. TFI Manipal, TFI Management, this is again a good college you can say, और इस पे भी जा सकते हैं. इसमें tier 2 में we can talk about Nalsar. Nalsar is popularly known for law. It's a number 2 college for number 2 NLE. Number 2 NLE. But for management, there is no specific ranking. But because why we can bet on it on Nalsar? Because Nalsar is basically known for their quality education. जो इतने सालों से अगर नंबर 2 रैंक में होल्ड करके रखा हुआ है लॉ में, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि they will also do a justice. But again, the problem is that this will be the third year of Nalsar. They started 3 years back. That to be time of a COVID. अभी तक ऐसा अभी फिलहाल I think पहला बैच last year से उनके पास जाना चालू हुआ. इसके अलावा there are some more options and other options are also there. We can guide you on for integrated program. These are all integrated program. Those who are accepting the score of IIM Indore. Remember, you have to fill a separate form. अगर आप फॉर्म उसका फॉर्म मतलब कॉलेज के लिए सेपरेट फॉर्म आपको अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. अगर आप नहीं फिल करेंगे they will not call you, भले ही आपका स्कोर 100% क्यों ना. Okay, this is the process that they follow generally. You have to show the interest कि मैं आपके कॉलेज में आना चाहता हूँ. Apart from this, IIM Rohtak is coming up a really good college. IIM Rohtak and Rohtak you can see in Haryana, the Delhi border. तो अभी ये कॉलेज एक अच्छा रिकॉग्नाइज्ड कॉलेज हो गया है, काफी अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहा है, and they have a huge campus, good campus. So you can consider it as one of the good option apart from Indore. अगर इंदौर आप टारगेट कर रहे हैं तो रोहतक is also equally well option. And now इसका पैटर्न, now the most important thing, there is a logical reasoning section. So इसमें अच्छी बात ये है कि logical reasoning भी है, quantitative भी है, verbal है. And let me tell you, trust me, the pattern is absolutely easy, them straightforward. Why? Because they think so that the candidate who's being appearing for this exam is just a 12th pass out. So ideally, they are not putting up a very heavy loaded syllabus or heavy loaded questions over here. The paper was absolutely easy. Okay? So 120 questions, again 4 is marked for correct and negative marking is -1. Negative marking is good actually. If difficult paper, negative marking is good. Why? Because this give you the chances to select questions. Otherwise, अगर negative marking नहीं है तो scores जो cut offs होते हैं वो drastically high हो जाते हैं और वो किसी भी एक अच्छे बच्चे के लिए कभी भी सही नहीं रहता है. So 480 is the total marks. So last year जो cut off था वो general के लिए वो more than 300 था. So it is in a very higher side. So more than 300 is something which you really need to think about, क्योंकि number of questions you need to attend more and negative markings भी है, तो उसके हिसाब से आपको देखना होगा. IIM Rohtak is the only exam, उसमें कोई अभी तक फिलहाल कोई नया कॉलेज जुड़ा नहीं है. ठीक है, इसका जो लास्ट date of exam is 20th May. Sorry, I have forgotten the date of exam for IIM Indore. IIM Indore is 16th June. So we have 75 days. This is the best thing जो अभी तक इस साल के लिए हम लोगों ने देखा वो हुआ है. वो IIM इंदौर ने अपना डेट सबसे लास्ट में रखा ताकि you have sufficient amount of time to prepare for it. And the best again good thing is IIM Rohtak एक हमारे लिए एक ट्रेलर बोल सकते हैं. अब हमारा पहले ही हो जा रहा है. 120 मिनट का 20 मई को होगा. नागपुर will be the center. No worries on it. भले ही बहुत कम बच्चे बैठेंगे. A number of applicants for Rohtak is around 6,000 7,000 से ज्यादा नहीं रहेंगे. और टोटल सीट्स इज अराउंड 120. तो 120 के आसपास सीट्स है और ये कंसिडरेबली इजी है. बट एज आई टोल्ड यू, कट ऑफ विल बी हायर एंड देन दे फॉलो सर्टेन मोर प्रोसेस. सो प्रोसेस में हो सकता है दे हैव उनकी प्रोसेस में हो सकता है दे कैन कम अप फॉर अ जीडी, दे कैन कम अप विद एन इंटरव्यू, दे कैन कम अप विद डिफरेंट राउंड्स ऑफ case study round. These are IIMs, so आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. You cannot say like challenge them कि आपने तो बताया नहीं था कैसा कुछ होगा. और साइकोमेट्रिक कर सकते हैं आपका वहाँ पे. So there can be a certain process. After this, the third leaf of exam in IIMs is JIPMAT. JIPMAT basically दो IIMs को मिलकर बना था, बोध गया and Jammu. बोध गया is in Bihar, है ना? बोध गया is a place of birthplace of गौतम बुद्धा, right? So बोध गया जो place है वहां पर IIM है और एक जम्मू में IIM है. दोनों ही जगह पे जनरली पेरेंट्स बोलते नहीं हमको नहीं भेजना है. But what I would request everyone, those who are listening, I really request that you need to fill up a form. Let us fill up a form and try and have that understanding ki kya possibility. And again, this exam have a sufficient amount of time, 28th May. This is even easier exam than I am Rohtak. And the cutoff तो आप सोचिए कि बहुत ही shocking रहा. Quantitative, DI, verbal, all the questions were straightforward, very simple question, just like CUET questions. CUET maybe you will find single liner questions and it is considerably easy. अगर आपका practice अच्छा है आप देखकर solve कर सकते हैं. So one of our student Ria Chandak scored 330 out of 400, but she couldn't get the call from IIM. Any of the IIM, neither from Rohtak, neither from Jammu or Bodh Gaya. The cutoff last year were around 360 out of 400. So can you imagine this is very in a higher side. What are the reasons behind it? Because I told you paper was very simple, very simple. मतलब बच्चे बोल रहे थे कि सर हम क्वेश्चन पढ़ रहे थे आंसर आ रहे थे क्वेश्चन, बट तो भी 100 में से आपको 90 क्वेश्चन अटेंड करना, that to be in 120 150. हाँ, एक और बात का रीजन की कट ऑफ ज्यादा क्यों गया, टाइम देखिए. द टाइम इज 150, 2.5 घंटे का पेपर, जबकि बाकी एग्जाम्स 120. सो ऑब्वियसली आपके पास टाइम है 150 में से 90 अटेंड करना, इट्स अ प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल. तो 90 बच्चों ने 95 तक अटेंड किए, उनका स्कोर्स भी ज्यादा था, पॉजिटिव था, उसी कारण से कट ऑफ चला गया. बिकॉज सीट्स कम होती है और आईएम का एक पैटर्न रहा है 1:4 या 1:5 या एट मैक्स 1:6 के रेशो में कॉल करते हैं. तो यदि 120 सीट्स है तो दे विल कॉल फॉर अनदर राउंड फॉर मैक्सिमम, आई कैन से 1:5 में 600 बच्चों को कॉल करेंगे. 600 बच्चों को कॉल करके एंड देन ओनली they'll टेक अ फर्दर प्रोसेस ऑन दैट. सो रोहतक के बाद ये एक दो अच्छे ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल है जिसमें आप जिपमेट में बोध गया जम्मू देख सकते हैं. आई वुड सजेस्ट इज कि जाना नहीं जाना वो बाद में वी कैन डिसाइड, फर्दर वी कैन डिसाइड, बट एटलीस्ट वी नीड टू फिल अप अ फॉर्म. ठीक है. ऑल 3 IIMs कम्स अंडर द गवर्नमेंट के जो एजुकेशन के कॉन्स्टेंट्स में आते हैं. सो दे हैव अ प्रॉपर रिजर्वेशन एज पर द रिजर्वेशन बी प्रिस्क्राइब्ड बाय द नेशनल गवर्नमेंट. तो ये नेशनल यहाँ पे रिजर्वेशंस लगते हैं. तो इफ यू आर अ जनरल तो जनरल, बट जनरल में भी देयर इज अ स्पेसिफिक रिजर्वेशन कम अप दैट इज वी कॉल्ड एज EWS. So if a family income of anyone, family income means mother, father, और अगर कोई elder brother वगैरह इन सबका combine करके it is less than 8 lakh, then you can apply for EWS. And then there is a category called OBC. Then there are other reservations also there. So if you coming under any specific thing, compulsory have your document ready before filling up the form, ताकि आपके पास ये आप फिल कर सके इसके लिए. You can ask us queries जो भी personally we can discuss on it. ठीक है. So JIPMAT, so I have talked about IIM Indore first, then IIM Indore is also taking IIM Ranchi, so 2 IIMs, then third IIM Rohtak, then fourth and fifth is Jammu and Bodh Gaya. So there are 5 IIMs. 6th IIM का सर ने बताया, अभी भी हम भी कंफ्यूज है क्योंकि उन्होंने पेपर में बहुत हद तक पेपर में आ गया, पब्लिश हो गया, मीडिया में कवर हो गया, आपको मीडिया में मिल भी जाएगा, बट जब वेबसाइट में देखते हैं तो नागपुर के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं है ना. क्योंकि कुछ बच्चे हमको पूछने लगे कि नहीं सर मुझे तो आईटी में ही करना है, मुझे तो अच्छा है, मेरे को तो ये करियर जाना है. अब ऐसा भी है जो फाइनेंशियली थोड़े से वीक है उनके लिए तो ये बिल्कुल मतलब एक बहुत बड़ा वरदान निकल के आ गया, क्योंकि ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग यहाँ पर आपको इंटर्नशिप के पैसे भी मिलने वाले हैं. ठीक है. आपको एक अमाउंट ऑफ मनी भी आपको मिलने वाला है. तो एक प्रकार से HCL फंड भी कर रहा है, आपको एक इंटर्नशिप मिल रहा है, मतलब यू कैन एक्चुअली फंड योर एजुकेशन. ओनली थिंग इज देयर इज अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बॉन्ड, आपको उसके बाद काम करना पड़ेगा HCL में और जो भी नंबर ऑफ ईयर्स होगा. आई थिंक दे विल कम अप नेक्स्ट ईयर प्रोबेबली. जो प्लान्स होंगे उसका अप्रूवल्स भी मिलता है. लास्ट ईयर IIT जो मुंबई है उसको IIM मुंबई बनाने की कोशिश चल रही थी, बट वो अभी तक अप्रूवल नहीं मिला। तो मुंबई में भी IIM आने वाला था, जो निटी करके एक इंस्टीट्यूट है वहां पे। वो तो देयर आर लॉट मेनी थिंग्स जो एज when आएगा विल डिस्कस। This is IIM Jammu and Bodh Gaya. Look at the campus of Jammu. Jammu's campus is fabulous. Right? It's a wonderful place. Minus the problem that we think about. Jammu is comparatively peaceful. You can consider it. The problem is generally in the rest of the part. So Bodh Gaya is also the last thing about IIMs is the best thing is they are residential. So parents' point of view, डरने का बात नहीं है, प्रॉपर वॉच है, एक एक चीजों को लेके वॉच है, आप कभी भी अपनी मर्जी से न बाहर जा सकते न कर सकते, हर चीज का रिकॉर्ड है। फॉर अ स्टूडेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच एक्चुअली वी आर पेइंग फॉर। लर्न करने के लिए सबसे अच्छा तरीका होता है जब हम एक ऐसे कैंपस में रह रहे हैं जहां पर पूरा पॉजिटिव एटमॉस्फेयर। दैट्स व्हाट बेसिकली these colleges are recognized, or one of the reasons they are recognized is they are residential. तो रेसिडेंशियल कैंपसेस में जाना सबसे ज्यादा रिकमेंडेड रहता है, व्हाट वी जनरली सजेस्ट। इसलिए आई थिंक ये आईएम्स में हमें टारगेट करना चाहिए। JIPMAT also have this tier 1, tier 2 and Nalsar, because they were not getting that sufficient applications, so they have taken the score from JIPMAT also last year. JIPMAT का score अगर आपके पास है, you can go for Nalsar हैदराबाद के लिए, ठीक है? You can talk to me, talk to sir or talk to ma'am separately whether to apply these colleges or not. We can talk about separately. We can have a clear-cut discussion कि ऐसे colleges जैसे नलसार है या फिर बेसिकली निरुमा है, इनमें हमें जाके जाना चाहिए क्या? अगर एम्स नहीं आता तो विल टॉक इट सेपरेटली। वो डिपेंड करता है पर्सन टू पर्सन और कैसे हमको आगे अपना विजन प्लान करना है। So now sir will take it forward from the BBA entrance. So we need to think about that also, because we have only 5 IIMs. Closely, the number of seats is roughly 700 to 800. And the number of application is close to 30,000, 25, 30,000. If I will combine all, more than 35,000. So we need to have a plan B ready also. That plan B, sir will talk about BBA, where you will not get any integrated degree, only the graduation. Okay, why? Sir will answer.
For detailing out the exam pattern, and I think it goes to highlight the aspect of relative grading, because if the test is easy, for you it's going to be easy. For every serious test taker, if the test is tough for you, then it's tough for a serious test taker. So this whole concept of relative grading is applicable for exams like this, and the cutoffs will vary accordingly. So your strategy will depend on that as to what will be your approach for these kind of exams. And yeah, I think IIM's preferable options. If we get into an IIM, nothing like it. And as sir said, let us not have any locational barrier in mind, because these institutes have been started to provide best quality education, and they are beyond the challenges of providing placements. So if you wonder, IIM Jammu mein kya scope hoga? It's an IIM. So they will be able to attract best of the organizations, best of the faculty, best of the talent, irrespective of a location like that. So that shouldn't be a deterrent for us, whether should we go to an IIM Jammu or a Bodh Gaya for that matter. It's not about metro mein hai kya, doesn't matter, because these institutions are good, and why have this been started? They have been started to uplift a particular state also. Like Nagpur is lucky now. A lot of institutions of national repute are coming up. IIM Nagpur is there, Symbiosis is there, BNIT has already been there. Yeah. IMT is there, started by Kamal Nath ji. So a lot of institutions are coming up as far as Nagpur is concerned. There's already news that Narsimon ji might open a campus in Nagpur. So I think let's not have any mindset about location. All we need to be worried about is best quality education, which these brands are taking care of. So IIMs, what if IIMs nahi to what? Let's keep our options open. Let's be prudent enough to keep options open. As sir said, plan B should be with us. So Symbiosis is a good option which has been growing. I think it started its journey in Pune, was earlier affiliated to Pune University. And later on, as the institute started growing, it got the university status. It's a deemed university. It was able to attract students from all over the country, all over the world for that matter. So I think Symbiosis has earned that reputation. Yeah, let's understand Symbiosis. They have their exam called as SET, Symbiosis Entrance Test. The pattern is something like this: on analytical reasoning, general English, and general awareness is added here. So there is a current affairs a section added, which will be typically last 10 to 12 months. What has happened? I think we will definitely, as a part of our training, we provide inputs on current affairs also. But you can't draw a line as to what is the scope of current affairs. For maths and English, we at least know these concepts can be done. For a section like this, which is highly unpredictable. But we'll try and prepare the most for a section like this. No negative marking, which obviously tells you that the exam is going to be on the easier side, and the speed is going to be the important criteria. So speed is very important. Unlike an exam for IIM Indore, where accuracy plays a very vital role. Accuracy will matter here also, but at no point of time you can wait and come back to a question because you won't have time. You'll have to go ahead simply. You have to cruise ahead. Yeah. So this is Symbiosis. The first round is a test, and the second round you will have a personal interview and a written ability test. So a lot of institutes these days are testing students on written ability. Yeah, that is one section you need to be prepared about. Okay. The test window is open now because it's from May 6th to May 14th. So the deadline is there. We can still fill it. Yeah. These are the colleges accepting SET scores. Yeah, the management program. Yeah, Noida, Bangalore, the Hyderabad. These are the campuses. There's the Symbiosis Center for Computer Studies, Media and Communication, Economics, Liberal Arts, and Statistics. A wide array of specializations are available under set as an exam under Symbiosis wing in multiple campuses, essentially. And goes without saying that the cutoff for Pune campus will be on the higher side compared to the other city campuses. I think accordingly the results will also vary accordingly. Okay. Another option is
if you want to apply, you need to apply separately for all that. SAT is just an entrance exam. The problem with Symbiosis is if you want to apply for Pune, they have their multiple. For each course, there is a separate fee. So every time when you apply, you have to pay a fee. I think 1,000 but every single time. Nagpur, I think I have a BBA. So BBA के लिए separately. So जितने भी courses you will apply, you have to fill a separate course. This is a constantly students are asking because ultimately whenever जब तक आपका interest of expression of interest नहीं जाएगा, there is not call.
Correct. You have to state that you are interested in a particular course because n number of students will apply. They won't keep evaluating every student for every course. So you have to say that I am keen on a particular course. Let's say media studies, for example. Then you have to fill in that form separately. Another option is Narsimmonji, Mumbai, which has followed a similar trajectory like Symbiosis. They were earlier under Mumbai University, and gradually they have moved out. University, they also have their own entrance exam, and they have multiple campuses. Just 3 sections: quant, logic, and verbal. Yeah, so no negative marking here also, and a longest window for exam. So until 31st May, you will be able to attend the exam. Yeah, so but I think one word of caution is admissions will be on first come first serve basis. So if you take an exam and if your seat is offered, and I think that chance will be given to you. Yeah, Narsimmonji is a good choice for you. Again, institute. There's advertising, economics, commerce, liberal arts, entrepreneurship. Those who come from business families want to explore that side. I think there's a program in entrepreneurship. For those who themselves want to get into entrepreneurship, there is a program. And there's a program in international studies. So this is these many institutes, again, by default, you are not eligible. You have to choose and you have to give an expression of interest for this kind of colleges. Some private institutes accepting NPAT scores are these many. So BIT Bangalore, there is a MIT, Mittal School of Business in, under Lovely Professional University, IPM Navi Mumbai School of Business Petro, UPS Dehradun. So these accept NPAT score, which increases our chances to use that score somewhere else. Another option that has become popular is the Christ University in Bangalore. They also have campuses in Noida and Pune, but they have got 4 campuses in Bangalore alone. So Christ has gained popularity in past decade or so with the kind of education they have been providing. Now they have 2 different and multiple sections. So in apart from English, reasoning, mathematics, they have fundamentals of accounting. So this needs to be noted here. The 10 questions are around fundamentals of accounting. General knowledge they have mentioned, so it's whether it is current affairs or static general knowledge, we don't know, because again there is no scope of general knowledge. How much can we study? So there's a 0.25 negative marking, 1 for negative marking, so we need to be careful. The exam window is from 14th to 17th of April. This is for their BBA programs. And followed by the exam, there is a micro presentation for 90 seconds, something that we practice here with our students also. We ask them to make presentation, there's a micro presentation, and there's a 10-minute personal interview, which is the second round of selection, the personality round. And there is one different program, which is BBA in Decision Science. Now, which has got few other sections added. There is a pattern recognition section, which is more of visual reasoning, abstract reasoning. So certain figures are given, and you have to identify a pattern, which way it is going, whether the figures are moving clockwise, anti-clockwise. So there is pattern there. Then there's a design thinking. So I think sections are 9 sections, subsections in the exam specifically for BBA decision science. And this is a good option again. Okay, campuses, as I mentioned, there are 4 in Bangalore alone, 1 in Noida, 1 in Pune. So there are 6 campuses one can apply on basis of the crisis.
We have to fill the separate form.
Sorry. Yes. It's like if you want to go to Pune, then you keep that as an option, because affinity with a particular city will also matter. Like typically people will say, "Nee, I want to be at the headquarters, so मैं Bangalore ही भरूंगा." But if you say, "Oh, I don't mind exploring Pune city," please fill in that and show that I am interested in Pune campus. Naturally, cutoffs will vary, as I said. To repeat, that the main campus will have higher cutoffs and smaller cutoffs. Small differences will be for the other campuses. St. Xavier's Mumbai is its own exam. They have a program called as BMS, Bachelor of Management Studies. It's BBA, but just the Mumbai University members call it as BMS. Just like Mumbai University doesn't offer an MBA, they call it MMS, BMS, MMS. But the curriculum, the objectives are absolutely the same. In fact, the program is quite vibrant, and we have seen this building maybe at times personally while we pass on to the port area in Mumbai, just beside the BMC office, and in many movies also we see this building. So a very good option if you get through, because I think exposure will be unmatched as far as a college like St. Xavier's is concerned. They have their own entrance. Xavier's entrance. So it's very comprehensive kind of it. It's no negative marking, which obviously means you cannot come back home by not attempting any question. You have to attempt everything because there is no negative marking. So that is what Xavier's is. I think go for it. I think all students aspiring for BBA should apply for because the experience will be unmatched here at this institution. Then IPMAT apparently has its exam. IPMAT is a body of management institutes which basically conducts an exam for common exam for BBA and these fields. So they conduct a UJAT kind of an exam. Let's understand their pattern as well. They have their exam on 6th of May, and they have a reasoning and intelligence section. Besides that, there are typical sections, that are asked in all kinds of exam. There is no negative marking in this exam also. Let's understand which are the colleges worth considering under this. So there is BM Munjal University. You would have heard of Munjal's, the Hero Group. They are the ones who have founded this university in Gurgaon. Alliance is in Bangalore. Lovely, OP Jindal, the Jindal. So there are a lot of universities which are being backed by corporates, which are doing phenomenal work. Manipal University and Geetam in Visakhapatnam. These are some of the list is long, but these are some of the top ones which are worth considering. Very important is the great thing that has come up is a CUET. Now, CUET is a revolution because it's basically following the national education policy. So CUET is a significant exam that's going to change the quality of education after plus 2. Because typically we hear that medical engineering students get that kind of attention and all the funding attention goes to those kind of programs. CUET will change that. CUET has been designed to uplift the conventional 3-year programs. Because again, there is a huge gap between engineering, medical, and then suddenly the 3-year programs. CUET is going to be a game changer for them. Another aspect that is higher percentage gets a better institute. 98, 99 sometimes do not give you admission in DU. You often hear that. Whether 98 will give you admission in DU, people are not sure because there are lakhs of applications. CUET has eliminated that aspect because the test score will decide whether you get admission to DU or not. And more importantly, for the central universities, this is a common university entrance test. So central university, in simple words, is any university which is started by HRD Ministry of Higher Education. It's funded by central government. Obviously, the fees will be on the lower side, and they will attract students from all over the country, all over the world. They will have best of the facilities, best of the faculty coming there. So in real sense, the learning will be at central universities. The idea is to bridge a gap between students from highly affluent class versus students who cannot afford it. I think they are trying to, somewhere marry the two. So CUET will revolutionize. This is the second year of CUET this year. I think numbers are likely to grow in the upcoming year. As of now, Nagpur doesn't have any university accepting a CUET score. Wardha, there are a couple of institutions which accept CUET scores. Maharashtra alone, there are 8 colleges, 8 universities accepting CUET scores. But UGC has not mandated the state universities as of now. Maybe tomorrow they might come and tell RTMNU that you have to accept CUET scores. As of today, they have not done that. They said पहले अपने घर से शुरू करते हैं. So they have started with all the central universities. Some private universities like Amity have gone ahead and say हमको आपका score लेना है. Fine, they are open. So any university willing to accept CUET score, they are open because उनको diversity मिल जाती है ना. University rather than going to different states, marketing, promoting for courses, better है कि बैठो score ले लो, बच्चे आ जाएंगे अपने पास and quality पे रहती है. Okay, let's understand. So CUET का importance बहुत बढ़ने वाला है. That's why we are harping so much on this exam. Now, what is the exam? This is not a typical exam कि एक test ले लिया तो काम हो गया. Because this is a combination of many exams. Okay, what does it typically have? It will have a language section. So there will be 13 languages which you will be able to take. Typically, since we studied in English medium, English. If you don't choose English for some reason, you want to choose French or German, you can do it in section 1B. So there is a section 1A and 1B in the language. Because you can choose that also. Then there is a domain. Now, domain subject is, let's say, if I want to go for a BCom honors, then what will I do? I will choose accountancy in the domain subject. If I want to go for a BSc mathematics, BSc statistics, I will that as a domain subject. If I want to go for a psychology, or that as a domain subject. So they would like to check. ऐसा नहीं कि हमको करना है उसके चले आए नहीं. आपका aptitude है उस subject में prove करिए. Through this domain subject, you are able to have aptitude in that area or not. Basic understanding check होगा. Don't believe that एकदम in depth knowledge आप बोलोगे हमने पढ़ाई नहीं है तो हमको पहले से कैसे पता होगा. पर +2 कॉमर्स किया है और अगर आपको बीकॉम नॉलेज होना नेचुरल है. बीएससी किया है बीकॉम ऑनर्स में शिफ्ट करना है तो नेचुरली possess that bit of aptitude to prove कि मुझे उसमें इंटरेस्ट है. So there's a domain subject and there is a general test. There's a general ability test, which is a typical aptitude test. Maths, English, reasoning, current affairs, mental ability. It's a combined test. Now the beauty is every university will decide मुझे क्या चाहिए इसमें. For example, DU will decide I will only take a candidate on domain test. JNU will decide I will take, for example, I take a candidate on general ability test or a combination. So this permutation combination is totally up to the university, which is explicitly put up on their website. When you university shortlist करो, criteria देखो, उस हिसाब से subject use करो. ऐसा नहीं कि ये score हम by default सबको जाने वाला है. Scores we will have to choose. Every student can choose a maximum of 10 subjects combination. एक language compulsory है. ठीक है, 1A 1B आपने नहीं लिया तो भी चलेगा. 1 में language मराठी लेना, मराठी लीजिए, हिंदी लेना है, आपकी लोकल लैंग्वेज लीजिए. डोमेन आपको ऐड करने हैं. You want to add 2-3 domain subjects to that. Yeah. General ability test is common, इसमें ज्यादा choices नहीं, तो इधर subjects ऐड हो सकते हैं, languages भी ऐड हो सकते हैं. तो maximum a candidate can take 10 subjects. So tomorrow you say, okay, ये नहीं हुआ, BCom BB business studies लिया, BBA को अप्लाई किया, accountancy लिया, BCom honors को अप्लाई किया, psychology लिया. I have choice. I have wide array of options because कल को ये ना उठकर if not this then what, ये option अपने पास ये बारी नहीं आनी चाहिए. इसलिए यहाँ आपका स्कोप बढ़ जाता है टोटल. तो टिपिकली यहाँ 1 10 वो आपको फॉर्म ही वैसा है. सब्जेक्ट 1 सब्जेक्ट 2 सब्जेक्ट 3 नहीं लेना है, एन डाल दीजिए, नॉट आती. समझ में आ रहा है. 3 तो आपको लेना ही है. You will at least choose 1 2 3 but students end up choosing more. यहाँ पे options है, you can choose. There's an aspect of negative marking here, yeah, so that obviously acts as a deterrent for just randomly marking. Okay, these are some of the we have highest CUET applications. Needless to say, EU will attract the highest ones. BHU, Allahabad University, Central University, Baba Saheb Ambedkar University, IIM. So there are these many 18 universities which have had highest number of applications. Obviously, for what courses we need to understand. Some are good for journalism, some are good for languages, some are good for all. Some are good for BCom honors, so some are good for sciences. But you will have to do that bit of research on your own. For example, Bennett University, Noida is started by Times of India Group. So you are assured a great career in marketing, media. क्योंकि टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया इतना मैन पावर है, सबको एब्जॉर्ब कर ही लेंगे, उनके इतने सारे बिजनेसेस. बट आर दे इक्वली गुड बेबी फॉर अ साइंस? सो वो रिसर्च आपको करना पड़ेगा. Obviously we are here to delve deeper into the university and understand. For example, Tata Institute of Social Science in Mumbai accepts CUET score, but it's social science. Are they good for normal sciences? The social science have, if that's your inclination, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, a brilliant institute again. Okay, briefly, anybody, any aspirant hotel management here? Brilliant. So yes, but we have hotel management broadly falls under management as a field, and what has happened is COVID tested this industry big time, because this business is about experience. It's not about online at all. So it's about traveling, it's about experience, it's about being exotic, it's about being exclusive. So this business needs that kind of treatment. So now this is bouncing back to normalcy. In fact, you might have read in newspapers that Sri Lanka economy, which has gone bankrupt, which is trying to do public relations all around the world to invite tourists to make their economy grow. So I think this industry has a role to play. Especially, it's largely untapped in a country like India. We have state tourism corporations which are headed by IS officers as far as India is concerned. But we might have traveled in a lot of, state tourism resorts, and they are not of great quality. They should be up to the mark, but they are not. So anyway, in fact, geographically, India is probably bigger than what Europe is, but how India is marketed as a tourist destination. Just few states here and there we talk of. Goa, which has been, we talk of Rajasthan, because thanks to the Pushkar Mela and entire, palatial, and J&K obviously has not been marketed so much. Gujarat, for past few years, we are seeing how it is marketed.
Chhattisgarh is also.
Chhattisgarh, yeah. Now, of course, MP is doing. Every state is coming up with its own campaign, but largely untapped is what I would say. And there are plenty of opportunities available in this sector. Okay. So yes, we discussed this already. The booming in the industry is booming, and they require people with specialized skills. They can't take people with generic skills because they want people to stay long to deliver that kind of experience. And the world is coming closer. People are getting to travel all around the world at cheaper cost, affordable cost. There are travels space, travel today. And people want to come back. There was a term recently which was called as revenge tourism. A lot of people for 2 years they were not were able to travel. They were somehow locked in their houses. And they said, no, now every weekend we have to make it count. Let's go. And the whole term came into picture called as revenge tourism. But yeah, obviously, hotel industry has to catch it. That's this whole concept of revenge tourism. Okay. Hotel management primarily offers a lot of options in F&B, front desk, accounting, housekeeping. There are plenty of roles. Marketing, there are roles. Operations, there are roles. I mean, there are plenty of opportunities available in the hotel industry also. Okay, there is a JEE joint entrance exam for getting into hotel management. There's a common entrance exam which is scheduled on 14th of May, and which has a pattern with numerical ability, reasoning, general knowledge, English. So there is a separate section for aptitude for service sector. So they would like to check whether you have inclination towards that sector, just like CUET is checking whether you have aptitude for that field. Services sector के लिए aptitude आपकी है क्या नहीं? Are you pro consumer? Or if you say, oh no, I have temper issues, but are you able to cannot survive in a service sector like this because it requires absolutely cool brain. So these are the 5 sections that are asked in this JE. Yeah, there is one for negative marking. Obviously, you need to be careful about the marking system here. Some of the top colleges will be obviously, IHM Mumbai, IHM Delhi, Bangalore. These are some of the top institutions accepting the JEE scores if you want to make a career. What are the features of JEE? First, it's conducted by National Talent Agency, which is the same which conducts IIT JEE, which conducts CUET, which will conduct CMAT. It's a testing body. So NTA is going to play a very role for a BAc in hospitality or hotel administration. There are 75 institutions and close to 12,000 seats. So yes, highly specialized course, and what to make of it is totally up to you. Needless to say, the top ones will be able to give you better careers. But say if you end up with a not so renowned one, will still have a career to make because companies will still come there because there's a dearth of trained manpower as far as this sector is concerned. They won't take everybody out there. They want some inclination towards that sector. That bent of mind needs to be there to survive in a sector like this. If not JEE, then what? There are other hotel management entrance exam. So there is ECHAT, which is for 7 IIHMs in Kolkata, Pune, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Delhi, and Bangalore. So this is the plan B that can be taken if you're serious about a career. IMA UJAT, as I said, also provides admission to a lot of management. Goa University program is good, and there are plenty of you might have seen plenty of colleges in in Goa alone, which gives you hospitality experience. Then there is exam conducted BBA, and these are the options that are under. There is one in Pune, which is AISSMS, which accepts DTE's exam, Directorate of Technical Education. Management education is technical in India. It seems to be a little ironic, but management education is technical because management education is governed by a body called as AICT, All India Council for Technical Education, for whatever reasons they have mentioned. Bharati Vidyapeeth has their own exam, and they have all different programs, which are for basically hotel management, and you can choose from whichever courses that you feel like, depending on your aspirations. Okay, a little bit about us. We are a decade-old organization here in Nagpur, trying to give best of the education to students. We have all worked in different corporates and also education institutes, and we realize that there is definitely a gap in terms of how education needs to be imparted to students, and hence Vikalp education came into being with, for this kind of. This is a core team. Okay, so this is a core team that we have. Rishi Chaurasia, he's the founder. He's the one behind Vikalp Education as a brand, and was ably backed by Shweta ma'am. Both have more than 15, 16 years of experience in shaping up this organization. I joined them off late. Vinay Mankar sir is another faculty, is an MTech from Nashik. And then we have a couple of advocates who are faculty for law. So that's a team more or less with us. Sorry about this. So yes, depending on what you want to take up, what stage you are in, I think you can always seek advice from us for the kind of courses that you want to take up, and we'll be happy to guide you. If it is CUET, we're open for your question. The floor is open. Thank you for being a lovely audience, and it was a pleasure. Yeah, please. We are open for your questions. Please.
Any specific queries?
Regarding hotel management, but my daughter is right now in 12th standard.
Okay, so she
She'll
wants to
be
appear.
going. She'll be going in 12th. So next year she will give the exam of CUET for IHL.
Oh, yes. Perfect. Not as late. Not as late.
अभी तक तो they are planning. Bangalore was planning, Lucknow was planning, but because of the COVID now, this is the first area he got. Probably we may find in next 1 or 2 years they can come up, because we have just witnessed. I am in Indore, the program, one of the IPM student got more than 1 crore package. So what does it mean? That corporates are actually accepting this process. So अभी तक मैंने अपने लाइफ में 1 crore पैकेज इज ओनली अवेलेबल फॉर एटलीस्ट 10-12 years of experience person. जो पीजीपी भी ज्वाइन करता था डायरेक्टली, उसको भी नहीं मिलता था. But now if someone is from IPM is getting the program, so I think they will come up, but right now no. पांच ही है अभी फिलहाल.
Also understand the from business side also. IIMs are autonomous institutions. They are supposed to generate their own revenue. Now this doing a classical 2-year program or a 5-year program is not so cost effective. Let's understand the logistics of it. ठीक है, सबसे प्रॉफिटेबल क्या है? 2 दिन का एमडीपी कर लिया कॉर्पोरेट्स के लिए, पैसे आ गए, टिकट साइज ज्यादा मिल जाता है, पैसे ज्यादा मिल जाते हैं, तो दे आर ट्राइंग टू फोकस टू अर्न कंसल्टेंसीज टू कॉर्पोरेट ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स। आप समझ रहे हो? ये लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन प्रोग्राम्स है ना, ये keep them profitable भी समझ। बिजनेस साइड आपको बता रहा हूं मैं, बट दे विल डू इट इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट। ये तो करेंगे, ऐसा नहीं कि दैट स्टॉप्स देम फ्रॉम डूइंग। टुमारो इफ दे आर रेडी, दे आर विलिंग, दे शुड लॉन्च। आ जाना चाहिए अगर उनके प्लान्स है तो, बिकॉज ये क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन हो रहा है। जैसे नलसार लॉ स्कूल स्टार्टिंग अ मैनेजमेंट प्रोग्राम एंड आई एम रोहतक स्टार्टिंग अ लॉ प्रोग्राम, ये हो रहा है। Yeah, we've asked for refreshment, so would request you to just enjoy that along with the session. Any doubts, any queries?
Okay, thank you online students for joining. Thank you.
Thank you.